Hello everybody, and welcome to another energy update with me, Rebecca.meisl, your spiritual intuitive and Reiki master. We have some beautiful new themes presenting themselves in the energy body of the collective this week, and I'm really excited to kind of share what came forward for us. I've tuned in with my guides as well as pulled some cards on our behalf, and we have some beautiful themes coming forward of release, of letting go and surrendering. Also gratitude, what we can be grateful for in the present moment, who we are, and really diving into our belief of self. What do we truly believe? And are we holding on to any false stories with our ego that are keeping us from seeing who we are in our entirety? So let's start off with this theme of release and surrender. We have had so much in the collective energy lately regarding slowing down, really being in the present, and really analyzing who we are. And I feel like a lot of us are still in that self-discovery period. And I really feel like this week, once again, carrying off of that theme, we're being encouraged to once more take a lighter approach and really get curious about what is coming forward and presenting for us on a personal level. I feel like a lot of us are going into our life purpose. Why are we here? What are we here to do? What brings me joy? What really lights up and inspires my soul? And I see a lot of us asking these questions this week and allowing ourselves to really daydream and go into where we feel called to go. So we have this beautiful guidance to relax, and to open our mind to receiving, and just allowing things to flow. Taking on once more of an observatory feeling where we're going to observe our feelings, our visions, our ideas, our thoughts, and allowing ourselves to really get creative with how we want to move forward. So in this release and in this time of surrender, really just cultivating that curiosity is going to be very helpful for us this week. So take time to meditate, take time to do some self-Reiki if you have learned Reiki, or go and get Reiki done. I'm just hearing like allowing ourselves that time to really relax, to release, and just see what presents is going to be very key in making sure we're receiving our messages from our guides and also honoring our inner and higher selves. Because I feel like we're going to get a lot of direction this week on our next steps moving forward. The next thing that I really see coming up prevalent in our collective energy this week is emotions that are keeping us from our highest good. So really getting, once again, that observatory lens and allowing ourselves to really not judge the emotions that come forward in our meditation practice or in our daily lives and in events that occur this week, but just observing, okay, where did this emotion come from? Is it stemming from old stories that I have? And is this something that I regularly feel but ignore? You know, really, once again, getting curious about why we are feeling the things we feel and really honoring all of the emotions as they come forward. You know, am I feeling shame? Am I punishing myself still for guilt that perhaps I accumulated years before that I haven't really forgiven myself for? You know, am I placing blame on myself? Am I placing blame on others? You know, once more, getting very honest and very curious about what is coming forward for us emotionally this week is going to really help us remove these old stories and allowing us to really move into that lighter energy, because I'm really hearing we're going through this shedding of old skin. You know, so the things we used to think about ourselves, the things we used to see things as truth, you know, we're beginning to question that. Is this really true? Is this really how I want to feel moving forward in this next chapter of my life? You know, so this is really coming forward for the collective. So what part of you is really ready to release that dense, dark energy? And what part of you is ready to really stand in the spotlight? You know, is there any shame from your past that is ready to be healed? You know, heal that shame and letting it go and giving it over to the divine, giving it over to our support systems to help us is going to be very, very key in this week's energies. So really allow things to come to light. Let them be seen, let them be heard, so they can be healed and released. So I'm really, really hearing we have a lot of these emotions that might come forward this week, especially around shame and guilt, and to honor them. Really dig deep into this, my friends. Sometimes it's not fun to be in these emotions, but I'm just hearing this week it's necessary. So be very mindful of events that trigger this. And be mindful of your inner child. How do you really feel? And don't be afraid to face those feelings. Really allow yourself to go there, and so you can honor them and really let them go for healing and forgiveness. Okay, so we also have, who am I placing blame on right now? This is another question that was really coming up prominently for this week ahead. So where can we take responsibility? Are we placing blame on others? Are we placing blame unfairly upon ourselves? How can we free ourselves? By releasing victimhood. So where have we been the victim in life? And do we want to continually be that victim? Sometimes we have a story that perpetuates over and over that hurts us, or we have been hurt in the past and we just keep going back to that hurt, never fully acknowledging the truth, the truth that we're having a human experience, the truth that perhaps we made mistakes, perhaps others made mistakes, and acknowledging once more the ultimate truth that everything is oneness. So how can we take on the approach of love? How can we start viewing things from a higher perspective and taking the lessons we learned from these things and releasing blame, releasing anger, releasing shame or guilt, and ultimately freeing ourselves from our past, okay? And even our perspectives. So once again, we had our perspective, other people had their perspective. So how can we find that medium, that happy medium? How can we release so we don't have to continually go back and give our power away to these scenarios that might have happened? We're just hearing like a lot of this stuff is meant to stay in the past because we are not in that place anymore. We have evolved, we have grown, we have learned. So are we still punishing ourselves? Are we still placing blame unfairly? Where can we detach from the old story and really move into freedom? Okay, so I'm really hearing like these things don't belong where we're going. Only love and courage belongs. So make a choice to do that, to sever old ties, to cut cords, even if you don't fully feel ready. I'm just hearing it's very important that you listen to your heart this week and trust the promptings of your heart. If this is something you've been dealing with and it's been a repetitive pattern for you, then it's time to really take responsibility and recognize that we have the choice here and now to choose to continually partake in hurt or blame, or we can choose to take responsibility and own our own perceptions and release ones that no longer serve us. So a lot of honesty is required this week ahead. But I do feel like there's going to be so much that is going to be released this week that we're going to be feeling a lot lighter, we're going to be feeling a lot freer, and we're going to be feeling more grateful for what is to come. We also have this guidance to really move into that energy of gratitude where we are right now. Even if you're going through a hard time, can you find at least one thing that you feel grateful for right here and now, and pour that gratitude into your body. Let it flow through your being and allow it to be that healing balm. Okay, so we're really getting this guidance. Cultivate gratitude, focus on your dreams, don't linger and stay in the past. That's not where you're going, my friends. So really choose where you're putting your focus and be very conscious of the energies you are partaking in this week is the guidance. So we also have this belief card that I pulled for the collective. So it says here, there is magic all around you, open to the wonders of the universe. Notice the connections and synchronicities. Follow your feelings and believe with all your heart. We successfully manifest our dreams when our feelings are in alignment with our plans. From that sacred union, the right ideas take shape, the best relationships blossom, and the stuff that's meant to be easily falls into place. Everything is possible. So once more, we're getting this guidance to really utilize our creativity this week. Believe, go into your sacral chakra. What makes you passionate? What lights you up? What makes you feel like there's no sense of time? What's something that brings you that joy every time you partake? Really getting this belief of where we feel these things and we feel them with all our heart, we can then successfully manifest it, right? So once more, if you are doing something that lights you up, well, that's going to put you in the energy and frequency of love, of joy, of happiness, and that is going to magnify out into your external world, helping us actually bring that into the material world more fully. So when we are planning to manifest, a really beautiful thing to do is to be more in that energy, more in that frequency, and allowing your dreams to really align. Okay, so once more, we have this guidance. Believe in yourself, believe in what you are doing, and trust what feels right is right. Lastly, we have this beautiful acknowledgement of you being a light worker. So for those of us who really partake in this daily energy and we really dig into our spirituality, we're doing the inner work, we have this higher calling, it's time to acknowledge your greatness, my friends. It's time to see yourself with eyes of love, of truth, and honesty. Because I'm definitely getting this guidance that it's safe for you to be powerful. It's safe for you to own your power now and to admit to yourself that you are here with a divine purpose. So many of us are so humble in that, where we don't see our worth, we don't see our values, we don't believe in ourselves. We don't have that confidence, but we have this beautiful guidance this week to admit you are powerful. You have spiritual power that brings blessings and love from the divine to the earth. And really acknowledging that power and honing your solar plexus chakra and really seeing how you can be confident in your purpose here. So we have such beautiful guidance in that this coming week to own your power, release yourself from old stories, from guilt or shame that makes you feel like you're not enough or makes you feel like you have to dim your light, and to release and surrender those things for healing. I'm also hearing to release in the sense of micromanaging. So letting go of all the details and just surrendering to the process, trusting that you can create the life you want, owning the life you want, and allowing yourselves to really co-create with the universe and release all that says otherwise. So in the meantime, be in those energies of gratitude, belief, and confidence, because that is only going to help kickstart your journey, my friends, and help you really materialize and manifest all that you dream and desire. So overall, we have a beautiful, beautiful week ahead. So let's pull ourselves a mantra card for this week and just see what comes through. So I'm going to do that right now. What final message do we need for the collective for this week ahead, Spirit? Beautiful. So we have the card Spaciousness. What do I no longer need? Help me, God, to release whatever people, places, or things that drain my vital essence. Show me what will fill me with enthusiasm and joy. So yes, we are definitely going through a release period, a let go of what doesn't serve, so we can more fully step into what brings us more enthusiasm, more passion, more joy. So what an exciting week. We have some things to overcome, but I feel like call in your guides, ask for support, and know you can get through it. And really focus on what brings you to that state of gratitude and joy, my friends. I know you're going to do it just fine. Sending you lots of love, my friends. Have a beautiful and blessed day.